Guys, I wanted to do a video today that I got inspired from a Facebook post. And right, believe it or not, Luke or Seiluke gets inspired from other people's Facebook posts. But I really want to help some people, guys, and I've done a video on forgiveness. And it was really deep, I ended up crying and talking about my past. But trauma and PTSD, me myself, I don't, I'm very grateful and very happy every day living the life of my dreams, traveling the world and uniting countries together, writing my fantasy book right now in my spare time. I eat healthy, I sleep perfectly, getting ready to start another 6, 7 figure business. But I don't say this because I was growing up as a child. My life was very rough and violent to say the least. And I don't want to mention names because I know people have changed and I don't want to talk about dead people. And I've been molested as a teenager. That was very, very troublesome, to say the least. And it took me a while to get over that. My lovemaking life or sex life was really fucked up in college because of that. It off turned a lot. And then I went through a very rough, I call it the dark years of my college years, where that boy, basically, was very insecure. He didn't truly understand and love himself. And he tried to fill that with success, like so many people do now. And that's why I bag or talk down on the self-help industry and these self-help gurus so much, because I had 4 self-help gurus I followed online outside of the 30. I had a lot of in-person mentors and managers going through my 30 jobs. I self-improved, to get to where I'm at from pushing in carts. But these 4 self-help gurus on the internet, they did exactly what I did. They just glorified where they were at, but they didn't want to talk about their past. And I did not really have any people to go to during my college years. I had very grateful for some people that kept me alive. I had so many near-death experiences in college, from 65-mile-an-hour car crashes head-on to nearly dying in the mountains by myself. Failed suicide tip I talk about all the time with 4 mouths to feed and trying to kill myself. And I know this video is about you, but I'm trying to, apply some empathy. And these 4 self-help gurus acted like their life was perfect, and they only wanted to talk about where they were at now, but they didn't want to talk about the past. And trauma and PTSD knows there's 2 points, okay? And don't start being like, I wonder why this guy is talking about life and energy. What the fuck does this have to do, excuse my language, with PTSD? But I don't censor these videos. I'm going to talk to you like I would my brother and my sister at 2 o'clock in the morning. And anyways, we are energy. This is very important. We are energy, right? The physical realm is an illusion. There is only energy. When you stare at the back of somebody's head, they turn around. When I'm driving, I stare at the back of someone's car, focusing my mind, which is what directs our energy, and they turn back around. Okay? And when I think about somebody before I go to sleep, even though I haven't texted them in years, they'll always message me in the morning. Always. And this is because we are energy. We have enough energy in our hands alone to light up an entire city. It's amazing. And our thoughts are what stimulate our energy, or all of this energy, and then our atoms in our cells respond to the vibration our energy is in. Even when we die, we still let off a heat signature. And when you awaken and you start to think, right, common sense is not that common anymore, and you're thinking again, then you begin to become aware of your vibration you're in, right? What did Qui-Gon Jinn, a Jedi, say in Star Wars, which I bring up Jedis because they're supposedly very wise characters? Be aware of your thoughts. And when you awaken and you start to think instead of reacting, you are aware of your thoughts during the day. You are aware of your vibration, your frequency. When you ask somebody how they feel, what you're really asking them is what their awareness of the vibration or frequency they are in. People ask me, how do you do? If they're just being nice or doing what asking because they have to, I'm just like, good, how are you? And then before I leave, I give them a very warm and loving, actually authentic smile and say, have a great day. Or if they're being authentic, then I tell them. I'm like, I'm fucking great. I'm a fucking top of the world right now. And so that's energy, right? We are energy. And then people, see guys, the only way you ever get over PTSD or your past problems is becoming stronger than it, right? You overcome it. You become stronger and you grow stronger. I despise when I don't say names. I despise a very famous bald guy who says, oh, I think about my past struggles and act like I'm back. Oh, man, this makes me work harder. I'm like, you are a fucking fool. You overcome the diversity in your past and you become stronger than it. This is what being alive is. And the only way you do that, people say, well, I'm just going to forget my past. I'm just going to forgive my past because it's not serving me. Well, that's very good with people. Forgive people and let people go that aren't serving you anymore. But also be responsible for any problems that you allow to occur. And there's one quote that changed my life. I talk about in the book of life in my entire chapter on mental disease and depression. That's exactly where every mental problem comes from. Is you. You. And society, owned by this one family that owns all of the media that so many still watch, and the politicians, they propagate the subconscious minds and the minds of people to become reliant. And this is why billionaires and millionaires are like so psychopathically obsessed about responsibility and accountability, because they understand how free will works. The most powerful people understand how the creative mind works, how our imagination, intuition, will, and the higher faculties I talk about can be used to create whatever reality you desire. There is no impossible, that through the vibration of love, we can do anything. And that with our higher faculties, we can create anything. No, hands down. And reprogramming our subconscious mind. That's why they care so much about responsibility. And what does this have to do with PTSD? That's exactly what it is. You have to be responsible and accountable. Because at the end of the day, we or you or I, when my ex cheated on me in college, 3 days or a week after my birthday, a couple of days after Christmas, I cried. But that was not even love. That was ego buddy puppy love, just using each other to fill our insecurities. I had no idea who the fuck I even was at the time, let alone love myself, let alone that girl that was just playing me. But I didn't sit around crying. I learned from that. I cried at first, right, like a little kid, and then I was like, wait a moment, I'm gonna stop being a little puss and toughen the fuck up. This is my fault I let this happen. I was a fucking fool for being gold digged. And every one of my relationships, I learned from them. I was a foolish boy. I had no father figure examples. I had to learn the hard way. And when a fucking scammer scammed my landscape and remodeling company and jumped state, owing me like $10K, nearly sinking my entire business, everybody was freaking out and was like, go after him, go after him. There was only one other guy at the time that was like, well, why did you trust him? I thought you were really good at research. And I got upset. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing pointing the finger at me? Hot-headed college kid. But now I look back much wiser, much wiser now. And I say, he was right. I let that happen. And I learned from the experience. So I went on and I never did any more business deals without a thorough contract, without thoroughly reviewing references, even when the person just seemed perfect. And I've never had the problem again. And that's exactly how you overcome PTSD. You overcome trauma in your past. How I've done it. And above all, guys, you don't just forget about it. You don't just forgive it. Well, you forgive it if it involves a person, because that is what love is. And love, the vibration of love that flows through all of life and has kept the planet evolving. The wrath of Mother Nature or God is exactly that. Love does not strike first, but when it defends, you better get ready. That is the power of love that vibrates through all of life. That has kept this planet evolving and growing despite all of the traumas. Despite all of the destruction, life keeps evolving. So how do you let go of PTSD? How do you don't let go? How do you overcome your problems? How do you become stronger than your problems? Luke, you make it sound so easy. You just talk about your problems like they're nothing now. I became stronger because I used the power of love. But what is love? Love is understanding, right? Love is a vibration that your body responds to energetically from mental understanding. Because everything starts with our thoughts and our minds, right? Everything starts with you first in life, and then what does you start with? Your mind. But you have to understand life. And people are like, well, what the fuck do the trees have to do with me? Or, the girls are like, this guy, he makes no sense. But stick with me. We are life. We are the highest vibration of life. When we are born, we vibrate on 532 hertz, a perfect miracle frequency, a 400 trillion to 1 miracle. You are perfect. You are beautiful. God, you're beautiful. And this is how we are. So we were born on these miracle frequencies, or these love frequencies that all of life vibrates on. Even the rainbows and the stars in the galaxy vibrate on our vibration. This is why I say we create astrology with our creative powers. Let go of this victim bullshit left-wing propaganda where they want you to live in their reality, and they want to control astrology, they want to control the stars, they want to control religion. Let go of that bullshit and realize I vibrate with the stars. So what I create, I move the stars. We move the stars. We are life. We vibrate with the trees and the plants. These are the miracle frequencies. They even hooked up a device and dropped it into the ocean on 532 hertz that had just been spilt with oil. The very next day, sea life returned, and when the skeptics came to test it, they were right. This is the power of love that's curing hundreds of millions of diseases all around the world, because love can do anything. Curing diseases, cleaning waters. This is the vibration of love and life that we all are supposed to vibrate on. And when you look at a tree and you study a plant, I took botany classes and grew in college. I'm not proud of it now, but the most difficult plant to grow. And when you study these plants, you start to learn something about life. That a tree overcomes storms, a tree loses branches, but a tree keeps growing and growing and growing and evolving. And the moment a tree stops growing, what is a tree doing? It's fucking dying. But you're going to tell me we, as vibrationally the most powerful vibrational beings with creative faculties that no other form of life has, that if we're not fucking growing, then we're suppressing and we're depressed and then dying. And what did I say? Our minds, our thoughts dictate our vibration. And our vibration we let out, aka us, everything starts with you, is going to come right back to you. If you truly understand, when I truly started to understand and love myself from within, and I let go of all these dogma masks, that's when I attracted true love into my life. I attracted everything. Now, I'm not about having any more children, I don't think. But you learn that your legacy is greater than that. Not greater, but can be much larger. Now, is that set in stone? I don't know. But that's a different story. This vibration, right? This is life. Us being the most powerful, creative, you having these creative faculties and being the highest form of life, right? You and I, if we are not growing, then like I said, we're suppressing and dying. And our minds, when you focus your thoughts on anything in life, it's going to control your vibration. And it's going to... This is why, guys, I despise movies created by these left-wing propagandists that involve time traveling. Because you are just destroying and denying and defiling the nature of life. Albert Einstein really studied the science of life, just like Aristotle. Both of their names start with A. Isaac Newton, especially Albert Einstein, really studied the science of life, and that's what I've studied my entire freaking life. And life is such a beautiful thing. And when you study life, you understand that a tree, like I said, a plant, every single one of the storms and diversities it overcomes is what makes it that beautiful tree. And I started to realize, you know what? If I'm going to keep focusing my thoughts on something that's dead and doesn't exist, then I'm going to vibrationally feel dead. And guys, good or bad, whatever is happening right now in the world, right now someone's being raped. Right now someone's being killed. Right now someone's being tortured. Right now a kid's being molested. Now let's skip to the other side of things. Right now a baby's being born. Right now diseases are being cured. Right now children in Africa are being liberated. And I started to realize, good or bad, in the end, when you look at the evolution of life and your life, or life, all of life, good or bad, there's ups and downs, but overall life is evolving like a stock market graph. This is the science of life. And we are at a near perfection, closer than ever before, despite what the Matrix or this one family, psychopathic family, wants you to think on their news or their television. We are almost there. Hundreds of millions of people are being cured with these miracle frequencies. Billions of people are starting to wake up and think again with common sense. That's not common anymore, like I always say. It's becoming common again. People are understanding how the imagination and creative powers work. They're starting to truly understand that they are a 400 trillion to 1 miracle. Like the gold medalist said, there are 50,000 more people that can win a gold medal in the Olympics like myself or do it better. And this is what life is. Good or bad, all of life is going to evolve and become stronger. The bad that happens in life, the world wars, are going to make life become overall stronger. And I started to realize, I need to stop being selfish. You need to stop being selfish. These mistakes that happened to you and these mistakes that happened to me, I realized they're going to overall make life become stronger. So why am I sitting here crying when life's already moving on without me? I realized, I was like, shit, that's what being in the present moment is. That's what it is. I realized, why are you focusing your thoughts on the past when in this present moment life is already evolving and growing? And I realized, wait a moment. I am the highest form of life. Life is evolving right now in this present moment for the good and the bad. And in the end, I realized the universe or life, the wrath of God or life, is going to strike the fucking shit out of those who destroy it. And I'm not afraid of the wrath of the universe or life or spiritual karma or the energy, bad energy you put out is going to come back to you. I understand and love the power and not the power, okay? I don't want people to misunderstand my intentions. I love how strong life and love is, boy. Woo! Just like martial arts, it doesn't strike first. But if someone fucks you over, you don't need to go chase after them and get back at them. Oh, the universe is gonna... Now, get justice if you can and put them accountable for their actions in front of a court or something. But this is what I begin to realize. The universe or life is going to take care of the Kardashians that are fucking over and harvesting off of the souls of hundreds of millions of innocent, young, insecure little girls. I realize the universe and the galaxy is going to take care of them, or life, like it always has. And they get a fucking bird. I'm going to enjoy my life in the meantime. All of those people that did me bad for my PTSD strategy, or PTSD, I used my strategy. I said, the universe is going to take care of them. But me, I love me. I deserve peace. I deserve love. The universe is going to burn them, like it always has, if you study the science of life. So why am I going to hold on to that? Now, and if it didn't involve an actual person, like I said, I held myself accountable and responsible. I said, why did I allow that to happen? There's nobody else involved. And I said, well, now I know. One of the most life-changing quotes I heard came from some random guy. He wasn't even a fucking self-help guru or billionaire. Changed my life. One quote. Now you know. And the ego or insecurity never... What is the ego? The ego is hyper insecurity. And the ego never wants to let go. But love accepts. That's what love is. It's acceptance, right? You self-love yourself. You accept who you are. You say, hey, I'm a 400 trillion to 1 miracle. What makes me freakishly unique or strange is a beautiful thing. Because nobody else has this freakishly weird laugh or walk or sense of humor. But it's what makes me a 400 trillion to 1 miracle, and I'm going to let it out loudly. And thus, if I'm actually doing something bad or have bad intentions, then who cares? It's who I am. And this self-love, you realize, hey, I deserve peace. I deserve love. And I learned from my mistakes. Now you know. Now you know it won't happen again. And when you start thinking instead of just reacting, and you let go of these bullshit coward philosophies of lukewarm, and you start living through the perfect vibration of love, and your actions and your thoughts and your plans align to give instead of take, it's amazing. Your philosophies and your thinking starts to change. Joy starts to come back to you after you give. And above all, you don't make the same mistake twice. Never happens. Now I'm talking like big things like contracts, relationships. Really, really small, minor things like cutting my beard or trimming my beard. Yeah, I still nick myself here and there. You know, and then I ask myself, well, okay, why did I nick myself? What do I need to change next time? And this is how you align with the vibration of love. And guys, these are the keys of how I did it. And this is a one-size-fits-all. This is why I go after the root of the problem. I say it in all my videos. The root of every problem in life is fear and love. Understanding and ignorance. Ignorance in the mind creates fear, doubts, and worry. And understanding in the mind creates love. You can't just know 1 + 1 = 2. You got to understand why. You can't just know, oh, somebody told me not to smoke cigarettes. It didn't work for me. You got to understand why people psychologically, really, from the heart or energetically are smoking. That's how I stopped smoking in 1 day. Both of them. And this is the power of understanding and love, right? And you got to understand, like I said, that's what I want you guys to understand from this video, is understand life. Fall in love with life. How powerful and beautiful and miraculous and strong it is. That's what strength is. That's what strength, real inner strength that you have, we all have, and develop over time or maturity, is that. It's not being tough where you have to make your car sound super loud to try impressing and telling strangers that, oh, I'm tough. If you really are tough, now I'm going to get real with you guys, go a little street smarts with you guys, or a little OG or whatever you want to call it with you guys. If you really were so fucking tough, then you don't got to fucking prove it to a bunch of fucking strangers. You don't got to try impressing strangers or getting the approval of strangers, man. I'm so tough, I got to make my car sound loud, or I got to fucking, get big muscles to try impressing people because they got to know I'm tough. I'm like, I'm fucking strong on the inside. I understand what I've overcome in fucking life. I don't gotta try impressing anybody. And if they fucking mess with me, then they'll fucking learn. When I fucking burn them with the wrath of life. But this is what inner strength is. This is where it comes from. You overcome your diversity in life, the problems that you overcome, your traumas in life. But you only do it through understanding how life evolves and life grows. And when you fall, It's an opportunity to come back twice as strong through the vibration of love. But you gotta swallow your ego. Let go of the fucking ego, which will not let go. And say, hey, I fucked up. But what can I learn from this? This is my fault. This isn't her fault or his fault that he cheated on you. It's your fault. And you need to check yourself because, like I said, that boy was fucking insecure as fuck. No wonder why he attracted those kinds of relationships. But people don't want to do that. Instead, they just want to play victim. And they wonder why they're stuck in a rut. And forgive people because you understand life will take care of them. Love, the vibration of love, which you love yourself and truly understand and discover yourself from within, you say the universe will take care of them. Let life take its course. And I finally realized at one point in my life, I can't force people to change. I make videos like this to put out the truth, and I know eventually we're going to help hit our goal of helping 3 billion people or souls by 2022. I know we will, because I understand the power of love. And there's not a single thing that love cannot do. And that's why I say I'm just a voice of the universe, because that's what I'm doing. I'm preaching the power of love and the power of life because I understand it. And let go of your ignorance and start to understand, and you will begin to love life. And you are a 400 trillion to 1 miracle, the highest form of life. You have no idea what you're fucking capable of. Holy shit. 400 trillion to 1 walking miracle with talents and gifts nobody else has. Higher faculties that no other creature has. Oh my God. You align with the vibration of love. Oof, God. Woo-wee. Nothing will stand in your path. Your past, you'll accept it. Not only will you accept it, you'll say, hey, I learned from my mistake. I'm accountable. And when you learn and accept the mistake and learn from the mistake after you accept it, guess what? You'll become stronger on the inside, wiser, more mature. Let yourself grow new branches energetically. When you realize, hey, that person's lost, that person doesn't love themselves, I accept it. I said that lady did not love herself at all to have to do something like that to a teenage boy. That's really sad. But you know what? I understand and love myself now. Now I understand and love myself. And you know what? That teenage boy, he's dead, he's gone. And that girl or that lady, for all I know, maybe she changed too. Because God, my past wasn't perfect. If I change, who knows? Maybe she changed too. So why am I going to hold on to some dead person that doesn't even exist now? Because this is what life is. Everybody is changing. Why am I going to hold on to some dead person? For all I know, they've changed too. And if people are like, oh no, people don't change because you don't change. The moment I started to accept and realize how much I could learn from my mistakes and grow and how the mind works and how life works and started to change, I started to attract people that when they into my life, when they fucked up, they apologize. And guess what? Mistake never happened again. So, do you want to walk through the perspective of truth, which is exactly that, love? Love is truth. Or do you want to walk through the opposite and attract those kinds of people and live in the dark? That's your decision. I can't force you to choose. But I will continue to lead by example, guys, and I truly hope this video helped some of you guys with your traumas or your past. Because, like I said, guys, my life is great now, and I don't want to be creepy and think about dead people or things I've already learned from like a fool. So I enjoy the present moment. And I enjoy every fucking ounce of my breath that I breathe because I can appreciate life even more after all my near-death experiences. And when I see people I haven't seen for a while, I say, hey, let's give them a chance. And if they haven't changed, I say, hey, I'm not going to resurrect the dead. I'm sorry, I wish you the very best, but you're going to be a silent friend or a silent brother or sister. Or I'll check up on you here and there, but I'm not going to resurrect the dead. I wish you the very best. Or if I meet somebody I haven't seen in a while and they actually really have changed and they're trying to improve their life, I say great, that's awesome. Thank you for reminding me of the vibration and power of love and life. And once again, we can't force people to change. We can lead by example. We can speak the truth from the heart. That's the problem. There's so many egos or insecure people out there. But I love when I come across a real person that's not afraid to speak from right here. Because I know those are the people that are going to have your back at the end of the day. And I love every single one of you guys, and that's why I make these videos. I got your back. And I wish you all the very best in your individual journeys. May this help you guys with, like I said, your PTSD, trauma, whatever. This is not me censoring and trying to pretend to be some perfect self-help guru, or like I'm a self-help guru, even though. Anyways, guys, I love you all. I wish you the very best. Blessings to every single one of you.